of passive income. Now, you might run across people in Primerica that have less licenses and make the same or more. The reason that is because they are a massive part of that production. What I mean is you could have somebody at 300,000 of income, annual income, but they only have 100 licensed people. That's because they are doing a lot of production themselves. But if you want to get into the override business, you must study that per 100 licensed agents you add to your organization as an RVP, always as an RVP, you will jack your income up another 100 grand per year. So you want to earn 500,000 a year, license 500 people through your organization and all your RVPs. Always think futuristically, guys, macro. Okay, a key base is that licenses to become a regional vice president is about 75 to 100 licensed people under regional vice president. If you want to become an RVP, license 75 to 100 people. You do that, and you will be knocking on the door, if not breaking down the door, saying, who's on here? Whoops, Joel's here for RVP. Whoops, Yoali's here for RVP. Jada's here banging down the door. Morgan's here for RVP. I've got my 100 licensed agents. Give me my contract now. Because you'll be able to give up a great replacement to your promoting RVP and take a good, nice chunk to earn $15,000 to $20,000 your first month as a regional vice president. You might say, oh my gosh, I'm the only licensed person on my team right now. That's okay. Obsess over the next 60 days, 60, to getting to 10 licensed people, 10, through your organization. You don't have to find all of them yourself. Jesus Christ did not find all 12 disciples himself, nor did he build Christianity himself. And lastly, always remember that recruiting leads to licensing. Licensing leads to production, okay? And production leads to promotions. The more people you're promoting, the more you're increasing your chances to getting to the macro, which is financial independence through overrides and massive passive and residual income, guys.
All right, guys. All that massive passive income doesn't come unless you promote real district leaders. So we emphasize real in capital letters there because, and Bruce talked about it. He said at one point there was a big event that he went to or that he was hosting, and there was somebody that had like 10 district leader promotions walking the stage, but none of them did anything on their own to the way to become a district leader. So the key word in that title is leader, not district, right? What the heck is a district? It's leader, right? What is a leader to you guys? A leader can do and lead, right? On their own. So a district leader contract only matters first if you have a license. But when they don't do anything on their own to get there, then nothing else happens after that. So all of these districts that Bruce saw walk the stage, none of them did anything afterwards. That is called what we say stealing a promotion. Because in order to get promoted to district leader, you should have already been able to be more experienced, more independent, and there should be less work on the uplines part for that district leader to really have hands in anything. Now, that district leader is not alone, like Joey and Miss Caroline got promoted to district. Awesome, great. That's the hardest promotion you'll ever achieve because that's when you learn the most about yourself, your skill set, really the basics of the business. But afterwards, you still got to get to division. You still got to get to regional. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's always different levels of advancement, and that comes with self-development and all the other levels of skill sets. So when you're talking to somebody on the team, I'm aware, Josh is aware, Shondel's aware. Not everyone's going to react to the promotion button quickly. Okay. They're not going to respond. And I was talking to Thomas the other day, and I have many, many conversations with a lot of our core guys on our team. And I can have the same exact conversation. And I'm not talking about somebody specific, but let's say I have it with Cheryl, then I have it with Jenny. I can have the same exact conversation with Cheryl and then Jenny, but let's say Jenny doesn't respond the right way. I'm not saying she doesn't. Okay. I'm just using her as an example. And Cheryl responds really great. So I know that, and then as soon as we get off the phone, she starts doing activity towards that promotion. I know now more of my time got to go to Cheryl, right? Because if they don't respond to the promotion button quickly, they're not going to do the business. So the promotions only matter because it gives them a longer thinking process, guys. When you're talking to your guys, you don't know who's going to get promoted. You don't know who's going to be the district leader. So it's not saying different things to the same people. It's saying the same things to different people. Whoever's going to catch it is going to catch it. But whoever catches it, that promotion in their mindset, the picture in their mind of where they're going to be physically when they get promoted is what's going to keep them around long enough to go ahead and get promoted as long as they don't get distracted. And when you talk to these guys, you know that your teammates that respond, those are the 20 percenters of your team. But the ones who really, really, really respond, that's the 20 percenters of the 20 percenters or less. So I was breaking it down to myself, right? And how do you know the superstars are the real superstars or the real superstars of the 20 percenters? Well, look at who's on the board for the month. Look at who's on the board for the week, right? If I look as of December, and I look at 12 people that we have, 11 people that we have on for our core group that are really kind of just driving a lot of our team numbers and really just care about the team camaraderie and building the team up, not just themselves. It's one for all for one. There's two other people that are on the board, at least on the premium side, and that's Joey and myself. And that's 20% of the 10, 11 that we have, right? So I know most of my time's got to go to Joey. And I'm saying that on purpose because I know that some of our teammates are actually really competitive and they don't want Joey to take all the pieces of the pie, right? We love Joey, but we also love, other people from a distance if they're kind of overshadowing us because Joey's a freaking superstar. But she didn't do anything special. She just did what she was supposed to do, right? Keeping her promotion in front of her face and just making sure that she doesn't get distracted, reacting the right way. If someone got the promotion, again, if they didn't do anything, I'm going to go back to Joey and Miss Caroline. Both of them put in work to get promoted. Both of them got solo apps to get promoted. Both of them did that without my help, some of those apps. So I know that they deserve that district leader promotion. We've promoted district leaders before, but it was us that promoted them. They didn't promote themselves. That's the missing piece right there. You got to promote yourself if you want to go district, not your upline. Shaq told me a long time ago, it's not me that promotes you to RVP. You promote yourself to RVP. The goal when you talk to these teammates of yours and yourself too, if you're not a district yet, is to raise confidence and belief level. And when you talk to your upline, right, a lot of times being coachable, not chokeable, right, is a difference. Some people they say, I feel like she's just picking at what I'm doing wrong. No. We got to figure out what you're doing wrong so we can adjust that, because what you're doing right, we don't need to adjust that. We don't need to fix what's already broken. But if your upline, your leader can help you fix what you're not doing as right, then your confidence level will raise dramatically after that. And as soon as you start doing more things on your own, what would happen to your belief level? Then what would happen to your fear and your disbelief? You're the one, if you're not a district, those guys are not those guys are the ones that are not districts that have to rise and fall and go through their process with the help of the upline. Until then, until they can put in their name on a sale and get someone started on their own, that's going to confirm two most important questions. And the first one is, can I do it? Right? Can I do it? Is it worth it? And can I do it? Right? That's the main one that people ask. Is it worth it? And can I do it? Those are the two most important questions. When they watch you do it, if Joey watched me the whole time do the work and I didn't have her hands on doing anything, that doesn't mean that she's going to know how to say exactly what she needs to say to get the same result that I can get, right? If you if you see somebody that has what you want, I'm not saying me versus Joey, but Shaq. If we want what Shaq has, we have to do what Shaq does. And that's the same thing when it comes to the little things. They've got to know how to put the words in the right order. And that's just up to them, not to just watch, but also make their mistakes in the field with you. A lot of people, they quit because they fear doing things on their own and they don't know how to do it. Again, can I do it? Right? Once you take your hands off of them just a little bit, can they still run the numbers as if you were still with them? If not, then your hands still got to be on them. And for the most part, it's not going to be an overnight success, right? Many people, they look at the success, they don't really look at what somebody had to go through, because you don't really see that. You don't get paid for what you do in the field, you get paid for what you do outside of the field. So the practice, perfect practice makes perfect with your guys. You, our leaders, us, me included, have to work with our guys so that they know debriefing through the debriefing, we can correct their mistakes. And so when they get in the field, when they get in that ring with that potential client, with that potential recruit, oh, they know exactly what they're doing, even if you're booked out and they got to do it on their own. That's how we promote real districts. And that's what we've been running on for a very long time.
Awesome, Jen. That's amazing. I think that's a huge concept in our organization, and make sure that we continue to focus on moving forward, so we can get the hierarchy to the next level and have Shaq become one of the next $1 million earners. So with that, guys, so far we've talked a lot about the things that we got to do on a daily. Josh kind of mentioned a couple things to get to the bigger picture, but what we call, or what Bruce calls, the big picture is the macro, right? Which Jen alluded to at the beginning. So we want to make sure that we have the big picture in mind, right, for yourself, and then sell it to your team. So he mentioned something called the passion project. If you're going to create passion within your team, you have to have passion first off yourself, right? You have to be passionate about what you're doing, why you're doing it, so people can kind of follow you. You have one chance to hype up the vision and sell it, right? One chance. And if you are not selling it with hype, and they know that you're bleeding and dying Primerica blood is in your veins, why are they going to follow you? If they for any reason feel that you have some other way out, some other option, why would they leave their job? Why would they quit their job? Why would they take time away from their kids? Why would they do these things, study early morning, late at night? Why would they do all of those things if they can't see the passion from you, right? So that's huge. You will recruit massive numbers if you set the right vision. That's unbelievable. If people in the Bible, they said, people, if you don't have a vision, people will perish, right? They got to know what they're going towards on a regular basis. Sometimes when you don't focus on those things, it's just day to day, and people don't remember. Sometimes you just have to remind people. And the more people you need to buy into what you're doing. So you need more people to buy into, sorry guys, I was typing wrong, but you need more people to buy into what you're thinking. Sometimes we get caught up and we know what we're thinking and what's in our mind and what we want and what we're going towards, but other people don't. We just talk about the little things with them. Hey, show up, do this, do that, make sure you get licensed, but they have to understand your thinking too. Because once they start understanding your thinking, hopefully they will catch on and start thinking the same way. Like Bruce, like every conversation that we have with Bruce, we're understanding his thinking. We're understanding his thinking and the thoughts that are going through his mind. And once we start understanding that, we start getting it ourselves. And then now we just have to take that same information and transfer it to our teams. And so it was really cool on the call. He asked us, hey guys, what's your macro? What's your macro? What's your big picture? And it was unbelievable to see this. And I think it was extremely eye-opening because he went around and he just called out everybody and was like, what's your macro? What's your big picture? And everybody, not kidding you at all, every single person said their monthly goal or their goal by convention, 30 by 30, 100 licenses, which is what we said, having 10 ring wearers, things like that, so on and so forth. So everybody listed off their typical monthly goals or what they want to do in the next 6 months. And he was like, no, all those things are great, guys, but those are like your goals. Those are your micro. Those are the things that are going to help you get to the big picture. But our big picture here in Primerica is financially independent. Becoming financially independent. There's nothing more important than that, guys. And we have to harp on that on a regular basis, right? We have to be telling your teammates, hey, we're going to be financially independent. We're changing lives here at Primerica. We're changing our family tree. We're doing things that our family has never done before, going places that our families have never gone before, right? Doing the things that you love, the dreams that you have. How is that going to happen? This model is going to help you. The Primerica model, the compensation system here, how our business works can help you get to that point, right? So we're going to work our butts off for that, because when they understand that this can help them get that big picture and becoming financially independent, hopefully they will work their butts off for that, right? People aren't really going to work their butts off for 10 by 10 or 20 by 20 or 30 by 30. They don't care. To be 100% honest, they have no care in the world for 30 by 30 and 50 by 50. But if they understand that in order to become financially independent and get those things, hey, this is what we need to do. These are the numbers that we need to get to, right? And we got to reinforce it, because if not, you just become a grinder in this business. What do we mean by a grinder? Every day you wake up and it's like monotony. We prospect, set appointments, go on appointments. Prospect, set appointments, go on appointments. That's a regular basis. You got to do that. But people can burn out just like how they burn out in many other things. But if you're constantly reminded why you're doing this, what you're doing it for, that will keep you alive. You have a different energy every single day. It doesn't matter what you're going through. And I think that you guys should, I don't really know, you guys probably got to listen to it before Monday, but there's something called the Big Hitters Call, and it plays every single Monday. And there was a lady on there, Andrea Burks, and she was just ripping it on becoming financially independent and their mission and their goals for their business and what they're doing. It was unbelievable. We have to learn how to sell being financially independent and having our entire organization focus on that, because when you do that, there's a bigger picture to Primerica. It's not just about making money. It's about helping families, saving lives, helping people, the community, philanthropy. Like, she was just talking about so many things, guys. And I feel like we forget that on a regular basis. So it's just amazing to hear it and realize that, hey, if we can project that macro and becoming financially independent to our teams, then people will follow you, because where in the freaking world can they get that, right? Where can they get that? So that's crazy. Listen to that Big Hitters Call. While we go through the next couple slides, I'm going to post the replay phone number and the password, but it's going to change on Monday. So you got to listen to it this weekend. So then other than that, the numbers, guys, you got to get 7 to 10 people who want to be FI. So in order to become financially independent, you either build a business of people and overrides, or you build a lot of cash. So what Bruce said was, hey, if I'm having a conversation with someone, it's like, all right, Morgan, I don't have a lot of money. I want to be FI. I know you want to be FI. I don't have a lot of money. So the only other way that we're going to do that is build a business of people. So are you coming with me? Do you want to be FI too? Right? So with that, it's huge. It's huge. You have to let people know, because we don't have the money. I mean, if we had all the money in the world already, we probably wouldn't be here in Primerica, right? So the quickest way to become FI is to build a business of people and overrides. And when you think about it, coaching, how can someone be upset with you if you're pushing them to become financially independent? So this to me was an epiphany, guys. Like, when you are coaching someone and you're like, come on, guys, you got to do 5 by 5. You got to get your promotion. That's great. We want to do those things, but people can be like, whatever. Hey, you're just trying to help me, make me hit a goal. You're just pushing me to hit this goal. You're just saying, oh yeah, you got to show up. You're just another boss, another manager in my life. Heck no, that is not what we are, guys. We are here to help people become financially independent.